In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on January 16, 2023 and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Purdue versus Michigan State. The Purdue Boilermakers will travel to East Lansing to take on the Michigan State Spartans in a holiday afternoon Big Ten matchup. Purdue comes into this matchup at 16-1 and ranked 3rd in the country. The Spartans, meanwhile, are 12-5 on the season and come in unranked. Purdue is 7-9-1 against the spread this season, with a 6-11 over-under record. Michigan State is 9-8 against the spread this year, with a 9-8 over-under record. The Boilermakers have rebounded well in the last 3 games since the Rutgers loss, hitting 71 or more points in each outing against Big Ten rivals. Purdue has scored 69 or more points in 6 of their last 7 games and should hang a decent total here as well. As for the Spartans, they had a bad second half against a tricky Alini team in their last game but should be able to bounce back. Michigan State has won 5 straight at home, and the Spartans have given up 60 points or less in 4 of those 5 wins. Michigan State is playing at a very high level right now, and the Spartans' defense has been much better at home. Purdue has been in strong form all year, but this is also a more important game for a Michigan State team that will want to show they can beat the best team in their conference. Head coach Tom Izzo always has his teams ready to play in big spots, and this is an enormous spot for Michigan State. The Spartans will pull off the upset and get even with Purdue in the Big Ten standings. So the Michigan State Spartans to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Purdue comes into this matchup at 60th in the country with nearly 76 points per game this season. They are also averaging nearly 70 points per game on the road in the Big Ten. Michigan State is averaging 75 points per game at home in Big Ten action thus far this season. Neither team plays particularly fast, with Purdue 324th in pace of play and Michigan State 303rd, but both teams have efficient offenses and can get to the free throw line. Look for a tightly played game by each in a game that should push past the total. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Illinois versus Minnesota. Illinois will be looking to extend its 3-game winning streak when it travels to Minnesota on Monday night. The Fighting Illini are coming off wins against Nebraska and Michigan State last week, winning both games by 9+ points. Minnesota snapped a 2-game losing streak with a 70-67 win against Ohio State on Thursday. Illinois comes into this game with a 12-5 record overall, and they have gone 10-7 against the spread. In the last game against Michigan State, the offense scored 75 points and they ended up winning by 9 points. Illinois is averaging 77 points while their defense is giving up 64 points per game. The offense is ranked 72nd while the defense is ranked 49th. In this game, I would expect Illinois is going to try and push the pace and make the defense uncomfortable for the Gophers. Terrence Shannon Jr. is averaging 18 points while shooting 46.8% from the field and 33.3% from behind the 3-point line. Minnesota comes into this game with a 7-8 record overall, and they have gone 6-8-1 against the spread. In the last game against Ohio State, the Gophers' defense was quite impressive and they were able to win by 3 points. After some struggles, they have been playing better the last few games and they will look to continue that trend here. Minnesota is averaging 65 points while their defense is giving up 67.5 points per game. Dawson Garcia is averaging 15.5 points while shooting 46.2% from the field and 31.4% from behind the 3-point line. Illinois is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games overall. Minnesota is 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 home games. The under is 8-0 in Minnesota's last 8 games on Monday. The under is 5-1 in Minnesota's last 6 games overall. Illinois has won and covered in the last 4 meetings handily, and they've taken care of business against lesser teams on the road, while Minnesota's had some close calls here and there, and they got the win over Ohio State last time out. This Minnesota team is playing better as of late, and they are going to look to continue the success here. Look for the Gophers defense to slow down the Fighting Illini here, and that is going to be the difference as the Gophers are going to keep this game close. So the Minnesota Golden Gophers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Illinois likes to push the ball in transition, so Minnesota will do everything in its power to avoid getting into a track meet on Monday night. The Golden Gophers play at one of the slowest tempos in college basketball, ranked number 309 in that category. They also struggle on the offensive glass and are the third worst free throw shooting team in college basketball. Illinois is one of the best defensive teams in the country, so this is not a good matchup for Minnesota's struggling offense. The Illini are shooting just 33.2% from three-point range and are not going to turn that around in a road game. Minnesota has gone under in 5 of its last 6 games, while Illinois has gone under in 6 of its last 9 road games. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Syracuse versus Miami, Florida. Syracuse will try to build on its strong start to Atlantic Coast Conference play when it travels to number 16 Miami on Monday night. The Orange have won 9 of their last 11 games, including consecutive wins against Virginia Tech and Notre Dame. Miami was riding a 9-game winning streak before losing 2 of its last 3 games. Syracuse is 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 games following an against the spread loss, and 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 Monday games. The over is 6-0 in Syracuse's last 6 games. Miami is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games and 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games following a loss. The over is 6-2 in Miami's last 8 Monday games. The road team is 11-5 against the spread in these two teams' last 16 head-to-head meetings. Syracuse has been underrated since its rough start to the season, winning 9 of its last 11 games. The Orange have one of the youngest rosters in college basketball, so it took them time to get into a rhythm. They have won 4 of their last 5 games coming into this matchup, and they are catching nearly double digits on Monday. Miami has lost 2 of its last 3 games and has only covered the spread twice in its last 9 home games against Syracuse. These teams are quite similar in several categories, including their pace of play and their defense. Syracuse can keep this close for a while, but Miami eventually will gain the upper hand, especially with their home crowd supporting them. Miami has been on a downward trend as of late, while Syracuse was able to finish within 7 points of Virginia. Should Edwards be able to control the paint area with his size, they could control the shot selection of Miami. The Orange are going to have a big advantage in the paint on Monday, creating even more value on this spread. So the Syracuse Orange to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Miami ranks number 94 of 363 Division I teams in average possession length, while Syracuse is not far behind at number 112. The Hurricanes are knocking down nearly 37% of their three-pointers, and Miami is one of the top overall shooting teams in the country. Neither defense is ranked inside the top 125 nationally in adjusted efficiency. In a matchup like this, the offense usually takes over in the second half, and it results in a shootout. Neither team is elite in their defense, and Miami's offense cannot be overlooked. The two teams play at a decently fast pace, and both teams have the ability to hit their free throws when it matters. Each point will matter in games as intense as these. Overall, I believe in Miami's offense more than either team's defense, and I expect Miami to ride with their strength. Syracuse has gone over the total in 6 straight games and should cash the over again on Monday. This has potential to be the most exciting game of the day, as both teams like to get up and down the court. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.